The Ring Fanatics podcast, episode number 149. I am Nick, your host. With me, as always, is my co host, Joel. As always, before we even get to the episode, subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on all social medias, literally anywhere we could be found, including the audio streaming platforms where you listen to the audio versions of this podcast. Um, so, Royal Rumble happened this past weekend.
Yeah, it
Before
did.
we even get to that, shout out Turnbuckle Tabloid for hosting a great viewing party for the Rumble that
Yes,
we
sir.
attended this past weekend. So shout out to them for putting that on. Um, so that happened. What are your thoughts on it when we watched it live?
Um,
So did you
let's
did you
just.
rewatch it back? Did you rewatch it back? Because you did say on Saturday you're going to rewatch it back to hear the
So I
live
rewatched.
audience.
I rewatched the men's rumble because I
Okay.
wanted to see if maybe it was just on the first time watching it that I was just like, "Yo, this looks a mess."
Yeah.
But no, it did look a mess. I rewatched it. But it was a cool little pay per view. What was it? 4 matches.
hmm
Um, the women killed it.
You
We
did.
finally we saw Jade show up. She did her thing. We had the face off with her and Bianca.
Yeah.
Jordan Gray showed up, which was
That was great. I love that. I love that.
ridiculous.
Naomi returned.
Naomi returned. What a time, man. But yeah, the
Yeah,
women the women killed it. They really stole the show. What
they
did you
did.
think about it?
It was amazing. I think it started off really hot. I think that's why they put the women's match first.
Yeah.
The Fatal Four was amazing. There were a lot of points throughout the Fatal Four where we thought, "Oh shit, AJ's almost winning." There was times where
Yeah.
Randy almost got the pin, and Solo came in and pulled the ref's legs under her. That was like, I mean, we weren't sitting down anyways, but that got me off my seat anyways
No,
if I were
yeah.
sitting down.
I
But
feel you.
it was like a nail biting match, and I loved it. I thankfully, not saying that the United States Championship match was terrible. It was just a great breather match to be like,
Yeah.
okay, this is great to go on now.
Yeah.
And so I love that match. I'm not too sure about the ending of that match with like the ref seeing the knuckles. I'm like, they could have done it differently. That's why I was kind
They
of like,
definitely could have. I thought he was gonna take it off and like leave it in the ring, and that's how he was gonna see it. That would have
yeah,
made more sense. But it was something we didn't think was gonna happen, so that was cool. Um, Ending in a no contest is crazy though at pay per view of like this magnitude, but it is what it is. We gotta build up for the next one.
yeah. But I love Bailey. The fact that Bailey won, um,
It's amazing that
deserving.
she won.
Yeah, I love the
I
way she won it too.
want it,
I love
man.
the way
Yeah,
it was like
yeah. It
right
was
after Jay got eliminated, then Liv immediately got eliminated. It was like back to back, but then no hesitation. It was like, what? They didn't even get a one-on-one matchup, face off,
yeah.
whatever.
No,
It was
no,
a quick
but
elimination.
that's how it should have been. That's how it should have been
Yeah,
because she's you know how she is when she's a heel. She's the runaway heel, so it makes sense for her to win the rumble the way she did.
yeah. It was smart of them to do that. It was just overall, I'm like, people were complaining that there were like no surprises and like
Leave
it
leave the
was,
match alone. It was a perfect
yeah.
rumble. Leave it
I
alone.
loved it.
So
I
stop.
loved it.
It's they always find something to complain about. Leave it alone, man. It was a good
Exactly.
rumble. Now on to the men's rumble. What were your thoughts on Cody winning back to back rumbles now?
Not mad at it, especially after like the report. We'll get into it a little more later, or we can talk about it now. But
Yeah, we can talk.
like CM Punk getting injured, I don't know if like if he was supposed to win it. Um, if he was supposed to win it and then they switched, okay, makes sense. If you're gonna be out till Mania, then don't have him win the match. But um, I mean, I'm not mad at Cody winning. We thought it was gonna be Gunther,
I
which I
really
would have been a
wanted it to
better
be
choice.
Gunther. I really
Yeah,
wanted it to be Gunther.
yeah. So that was my expectation, but I guess they decided to go Cody. Um, I'm not too mad about it. Like again, I still would have preferred Gunther, but Cody's
Yeah.
had a bad
But
choice.
out of Cody and Punk, the right choice was made.
Yeah,
Having
yeah,
Cody win. I don't I really don't think Punk was gonna win anyway, even before the injury. I don't think he was
Why?
gonna win the Rumble, man. It just don't make doesn't make sense in my eyes. His story has nothing to do with the Rumble and has nothing to do with the title, right? That's why we
Yeah,
always said like him and Seth doesn't have to be for the title.
yeah, but it has to do something with the main event of WrestleMania. Like,
Oh, of course, but again, he does not need the Rumble to main event Mania. You know what I mean? If
true.
he would have stayed
Yeah,
healthy, we knew we were getting Rollins and Punk. The only
yeah,
question was how was it gonna go down and stuff like that. I don't think he was gonna win the Rumble either way.
yeah,
I think it was made for Cody to win it because of what's happening. Again, we don't know who he's going after now because of all this that has happened on Monday. Now that we'll
yeah,
talk about it,
yeah,
Rollins coming out on Cody and trying to convince him to fight him.
yeah.
What do you think
That's.
about that?
I don't
Are
think it's
you
gonna
into that
happen.
or not really?
I mean, when he said that, I'm like, I get it. Like, you don't typically see the champions tell the challengers, like, "Hey, you face me." You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, we've seen champions be like, "I'll face anybody. I don't care," but they don't say it to their faces. They'll say it in a promo or like in an interview, be like, "I'll take any open challenge." Um, I mean, I get it because maybe plans had changed. They don't know what to do with Rollins now because of Punk's injury.
yeah,
So they're trying to build up a story that way to get you excited and to make the fans question everything. Like, oh wait, can Cody choose Seth for this match at Mania? Who knows?
yeah.
But will I see it happen? No. It's most definitely going to be Cody and Roman. But it'll definitely make the story interesting, though. That's what I'm going to say.
You
It'll make
don't
the
think?
story interesting.
Yeah.
No, no, I don't think so. But still think he's going to choose Roman, in my opinion.
Even if The Rock has an opening on WrestleMania,
I
even
mean,
if
like,
that
what are they going to
slot is
do
open
there?
for The Rock,
Unless, like, they would have done something with The Rock by now. If he shows up at Elimination Chamber,
oh
maybe.
yeah, nothing for Mania is gonna be built till after Chamber. Chamber is a 80,000 crowd. Like they're gonna build with all their might for that pay per view before they even touch Mania.
But the thing is with that, and we said this before, like, that matchup between Rock and Roman doesn't need a championship either. If
No, it
Roman's not
doesn't.
losing before Mania, then I don't think The Rock versus Roman should happen at all.
Listen, if he has the okay to do it, right? Everybody wants this match. Even though we know the finish, I would still take that over Cody and Roman.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, like, I guess if you don't want Cody to get pinned twice, okay, I get it. But like, choose someone else that's not The Rock. Like, at least make it more believable that Roman could lose it. Because we're going to see a part-time Rock come in and lose and don't see him for another year plus. Like, what? I don't get it. Give him a more. I'd rather see Gunther versus Seth and Cody versus Roman
I
because
agree
Cody
with
has a more believable chance to win it than The Rock does.
you. Never know. They might put it on Rock, man.
I wouldn't want to see that
They're doing what's the next pay per view? France. You don't think they want to see The Rock?
unless Damien cashes in on The Rock the next day or some shit. I don't know. 'Cause I don't
Listen, man.
see him carrying that shit till past SummerSlam or past a month. I don't
Roman
know.
sh- against The Rock.
Because
That's
like,
an
cause I think I've said this too. It's like I don't think The Rock is the type of person who would have wanted the title off of Roman. He knows
no,
that. Why would The Rock come in and be like, "Hey, I want the title"?
no.
He didn't say that when he first came out. He said, "I want to be the head of the table." That's a
Yeah.
different title you want, my guy. It's not the championship that Roman's holding.
But
That's what
he
he
just
calls
so
himself.
happens to be holding it.
Exactly. So who gives a shit if he wants the title? You're not winning it.
He
You want
doesn't
the
want the title. He just wants to fight Roman. It just so
then why
happens that
win?
Roman
Why
is the
give it to him?
champion.
Now why give it to him? Like
The
if he
same
doesn't
way
want to
you
be
were
the champion,
because you weren't
then
going to give it to him in the first place. He's losing to Roman. Either way, he wherever he fights Roman, he's losing. Roman is not losing to The Rock.
if you want to be the head of the table, have Solo beat him for the title. Then
Been telling you that for a year.
not the Rock. The Rock doesn't make sense.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. The
So,
Rock would get squashed. It
but
would
as
be
I'm
a
saying,
cool
like, I don't.
moment, and you will get the dub from Roman.
Like, I would rather. It's too predictable. It's more predictable than Cody doing it, and I would rather see Cody go up against him than The Rock. Then I don't know. I just don't think that's a smart
I don't
decision
know,
to do.
man. If there's money to be made, They're not leaving money on the table.
Maybe
There's
I
no
don't
way
know.
Rock would say I'm down, and they would be like, you know what? No, we already told Cody we're gonna do this
Yeah.
maybe next year. There's no way they're saying that. There's no way they'll say that more to Cody than they will to The Rock.
Then why have
They'll
Cody
be
win
like,
the
listen,
Rumble
Cody.
if you're not gonna have him face Roman?
But that's the whole point of the storyline now. Now he gets to choose a champion he wants to go after.
I don't know. I just don't. I don't know. I just don't think The Rock would be a better decision. Just give it to Cody. If
It'll be a bigger deal if it was The Rock. But of course it should be Cody.
yeah, yeah.
Right? It will be a bigger deal. It'll make headlines.
But
Cody
you know the
Cody
outcome
fi-
already.
Cody fighting Roman is making headlines in the wrestling world. Right? Everybody
Yeah,
loves the storyline. But when you try to sell it internationally, when you have a company on the stock market and you want international headlines, you do
yeah,
Rock and Roman. It just makes
yeah.
sense. But they shouldn't do it. They should just leave it alone and have Cody and Roman fight at Mania. And see Cody get pinned twice.
I mean,
That's a
you got to
tough
build up.
situation. You think he wins at Mania?
There's a bigger chance this year than last year, in my opinion,
There was a big chance last year too.
and it's
Mm,
gonna be a bigger chance this year. Um,
I don't know,
again,
man.
there's a higher chance. Again, there's still a chance that Roman could win,
Yeah,
obviously, but I'm saying this year there's a bigger chip on their shoulder to be like, hey, I'm going to win this match,
yeah.
and that's
It's
going to be better. It's going to be a better storyline overall. That's going to be the main thing heading to Mania. Like, will Cody beat him?
yeah,
That's already a money making match right there. The storyline already is money making. He
yeah.
already
I
got it.
guess. But the
So
way they're gonna do it, I already know the way they're gonna do it, man. The way they're gonna do it is having the same match as they had last year. Solo come out to help Roman. The Rock come out to help Cody attack Solo. Don't touch Roman. Cody pins Roman. The next night we got a handshake of Roman and The Rock. WrestleMania 41. Cena and Rock status. You know what I mean? I think that's
yeah, yeah,
the way they're gonna go with it, and I think that's if they're gonna do Rock and Roman, do it next year.
yeah.
Build
I would
towards it.
prefer that, and
Build
don't
towards it,
put a title on them. It's like,
because you're gonna need something. Because when Cody becomes champion,
yeah, you're gonna
we
need
see
like,
him as champion. His storylines.
yeah.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Because that would drift away from Roman and Cody. It would be like now Roman's focusing on The Rock more.
No, yeah, definitely. But that's what I'm saying. You're gonna need another big storyline because yeah, Cody's gonna be champion, but
It
again,
could be Solo could be his first storyline. There you
who?
go, first storyline Solo and Cody.
Cody? Yeah, definitely.
Because he didn't Solo try to cost him his second match, but it backfired. So
Yeah.
now the first feud for France.
Now, does Cody playing devil's advocate and saying that he wins at Mania? Does Cody hold it for a while?
I'd give him a chance. I'd give him a chance to hold it for a couple months.
What's a
Um,
couple months for you?
latest the end of the year.
End of the year?
Yeah.
Wait, latest or earliest to lose it?
Or sorry, earliest to lose it. Yeah, earliest to lose it by the
Okay.
end of the year. Yeah.
Okay. I say
Yeah.
give him the summer. See what the summer
Okay.
looks like. If it's going, all right, cool. If he's just
Yeah.
having matches and it's like, just take it
Just
off of him.
just don't treat it like a Rollins where it's like you face the same people more than once in back to back to back pay per views. Like one at a time, maybe a rematch, and then that's it.
Well, that's why they got to cut down on pay-per-views because a lot of them is just filler matches.
Yeah, I don't think it should be treated like that. I feel like his storyline should have meanings behind it besides, oh, it is a story and so for no reason. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like at least for Roman right now with Randy, AJ Styles, and LA Knight, that has there's reasons behind those three that they're going for the title right now.
yeah.
There's reasons behind it. If they just randomly threw in like I don't know, who's a randomly on SmackDown that they're not using. If it was just like Bobby Lashley for no reason, then like okay, why Bobby Lashley? I haven't touched in so long. They haven't
Well,
interacted in so long.
I mean, that's kind of like the same thing as last year with Cody and Roman. I mean, they didn't go face to face till a week before Mania.
But this is still, yeah.
And the story
But it's,
was
I
his
mean, like
father. There
there's
wasn't
no.
really any like big story
I mean, like the
between the
storyline
two.
between Roman and Bobby. It's like there's what's the story there? Nothing. You're just throwing in
You got
Bobby because he's a
history
big
with
name.
them. You could come up with something. You could do the bloodline versus his group. Do they even have a name or
The Pride.
the Pride? Is that like
Yeah.
official? Shout out the Pride, man.
It says in his bot and Bobby Lashley's Instagram bio that the
Oh,
leader of the
okay.
Pride. So I guess it's his
All
name.
right, shout out the Pride then. I didn't know they had an official name.
Yeah, I don't think they
But
ever
yeah,
said it
you
on
could
TV, but they've
got you.
they've
But yeah, you can always come up with a story, but we'll see what happens, man.
yeah.
We
No.
shall see.
Now, what do you think
But
about CM Punk's injury and how they affected Mania?
I kind of knew this was gonna happen,
Yeah.
man. We talked about this. I was like, we'll see
Yeah.
what happens after Rumble. Um, hasn't wrestled since August. The man, I don't think fully healed from his last injury. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And going in there is a whole different injury, but also he just looked kind of slow in the ring. Again, he's getting older.
Yeah.
Um, like I know a lot of people put like they were like, yo, this is his last 2 years in wrestling, like, and went down the list of like what happened. And it's like, yeah, because he's older, man. Like we gotta
Yeah.
remember that we haven't he took a whole like what 8 year break from us and from the ring, and then to get like jump back into it, your body's gonna be like, hey bud, the fuck you doing? You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
like if I
Yeah.
decided right now,
Yeah.
tomorrow I'm running a marathon, my body's gonna be like, hey bud, you haven't ran since like gym class in high school. We're gonna shut
Exactly.
you down. Like we're gonna do something to shut you down. Um, so like I hate to say that like I kind of felt like something like this was gonna happen. To the extent of him missing Mania, I didn't think it was gonna happen.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither.
And that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Punk, though, we'll see what happens with the whole Rollins thing. What do you think about the Punk situation?
It just sucks that it happened now. I thought the Seth Rollins injury
Was
was
bad.
terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then this one is just like, come on. Like, not I know it's not. I'm not trying to sound like I'm blaming them, but it's like out of all the times they have to get injured now, like why couldn't they get injured after Mania or something?
Yeah.
I don't know. But like, not wishing that they would get injured, but like just the timing of it sucks.
Yeah.
Um,
It's like
and
a
it's like,
WrestleMania 32 all over again.
yeah, I just there's nothing we can do or they can do. It just happens. Injuries
Just
happen all the time
happens,
in
man.
wrestling.
Yeah, exactly.
So we can't just go back in time and be like, "Hey, let's undo the injury." No, it happens.
Exactly.
I guess we gotta wait for them both to heal to be 100%. But I guess Rollins is still going. It seems like they're gonna keep him. Um,
Yeah, so I think we talked about this last week. I feel like they overhyped his injury just
yeah,
to give him some time off between now and Mania so that he doesn't wrestle. They could just say,
yeah,
"Oh, he's healing." Like he's injured this much, but he's not really injured that much. Still injured, but not to the extent that they're saying. Just so they could give him some time to actually heal. I do think he's gonna lose the title at Mania to whoever he
maybe.
fights. And I think he's gonna take some time off, some well-deserved time off.
Yeah, because I was gonna say like, yeah, whether the injury is not as bad as they make it seem, but like, let's say because since Punk is now injured too, I was thinking, I'm like, why keep him at Mania? I get it. Rollins is a big name. You don't want to throw him off for no reason. I totally get
Yeah,
it. But if he's not 100%, and if he's not facing Punk, why keep him on the card still? Like, make him
Gunther, man.
heal 100%. So that way, by the time Punk does come back, he's also 100%. And it's not like he's wrestling when he's 50-50, and he can get worse in the ring with the injury wise.
Yeah, but
And it's
that's
like,
what I'm saying. I think he's leaving after Mania. I think they're gonna give him
yeah,
that time off. Um,
I
because I think
think,
he's 'cause like I said, I think he's hurt, but not to the extent they're saying. And usually when you get hurt, is just the start of like a domino effect. So they're probably like,
yeah,
okay, let's keep him healthy till Mania. Don't do nothing in the ring. We'll let you cut promos and stuff to build up the matches. We'll let you fight at Mania, but you gotta take some time off. You gotta take at least the summer off.
yeah,
Maybe we see him come back the night after SummerSlam or the Monday after the Berlin show, something like
yeah,
that. But he needs some time off. Let him heal up. And then also it'll give the fans a little more time to be like, okay, when you don't see somebody, you appreciate them more when they come back because
Exactly.
Rollins got like he gets a lot of love, but he also gets a lot of shit. And
Yeah.
I'll say I give him a
Yeah.
lot of shit but also I just do it to fuck around. And I'll be like, oh, he look like he's running like me in the ring, mad slow and shit. More just talking shit and having fun. But like you
Yeah.
can see
Yeah.
like, but also he's older. Like he's not 2012 Rollins anymore. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
why he
Yeah.
has to adapt to the in-ring ability that he has now. As they get older, they gotta learn to adapt. So I think take some time off, let the fans appreciate when he comes back because he's been on TV nonstop
For
for the
over a
past
year.
how long? And
Since
that's only as
2022.
champion. And that's only as champion for a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because even the year before that, he was building up because it went the year that he never won.
That
Then the
year.
year he
Yeah.
won OD, and
Yeah.
then he got
Last year.
the belt, and then he's just been there ever since.
Exactly.
So
So
give us a break from Rollins, not like in a bad way, but let him heal.
yeah.
Also, give us a break so when he comes back, we could appreciate him more. And I think that's the perfect way to do it. Even if you do like him and Gunther, I think that would be dope. Who knows?
Here's what I think that should happen though.
What's
I
up?
think I think Gunther should be the guy to face him. Whether he keeps a IC title on him or not, I think he should face him. And but I don't think I want him to walk out as champion, as world heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
But creatively wise, I think what they should do would be cool is have Damian Priest cash in. I think we discussed this last week, like how Rollins did that year where he won it. And then Damian Priest wins the world title. And then Gunther has to work his way back up to become number one contender, and then he wins it at the Berlin show, and
Yeah.
that's where he wins the world title because he's winning the world title
Okay.
this year regardless. I feel
Yeah.
like, and that's probably like I don't think Triple H would be like, nah, he's not ready. You got to do it next year. Blah, blah blah. He'll get the world title this year,
Yeah.
and it's just like I feel like we discussed it many times too. Like fans are impatient; they want to see him win the world title now. Yes, I understand. So do I.
Yeah.
Most of us do. But we can wait a couple more months. That's his hometown. I think or near his hometown. I think he's from Austria, but um I think that match at Berlin will be much more important than winning at Mania for him personally, probably.
Yeah.
Yes, I know Mania is the biggest stage, grandest stage of them all. That's probably where everyone wants to win. But like, that's his hometown. That's where you want to build up the animosity of like, oh, is Gunther gonna win? Is he gonna take the title? That story will build it up more to want more people to want to purchase the tickets for that show.
Yeah.
But I get it too. Like maybe him walking into that show as world champion is like a big
It's
deal.
better. Yeah.
So, but like when Zelina Vega was in Puerto Rico last year, she wouldn't walk in as champion. She faced the champion. She didn't win it, but same thing with Drew. Drew didn't walk into the UK that year as champion. He faced the champion. He didn't win it either. But I think they'll learn from their mistake and be like, hey, Gunther, you're walking in as a challenger, but we'll make sure you walk out as champion. Um, I think that's how they're gonna do it
So
because you need a strong
I'm
story for
not,
that.
yeah, I'm not mad at that at all. That's actually pretty dope to have it go down that way. I kind of feel though Priest. I kind of feel Gunther's gonna win at Mania. I think Priest
Mm,
is gonna cash in
and
on.
fail.
No, I think he's cashing in on Cody.
Ooh,
I think he's
yeah,
cashing it.
you did this once. You said this
I've
once.
always said this. The way because Cody's a great chaser.
Yeah, but not a
Give him
great
the
champion.
Mania moment and let Priest attack him after the main event and cash in. So he got his
Yeah,
moment. He was champion. It builds even more empathy for him and sympathy for him because
yeah,
then he won it and got ripped right away from it. I think that would be
yeah,
cool. And then you could get him and Cody for the summer. Maybe you don't give Gunther the world title, right?
yeah,
Leave it for the Berlin show, but let him go up against Cody. Let Cody win against Priest at SummerSlam and then
and have
lose it at Berlin.
ooh,
And the whole year is Cody winning his belt, but then also losing it and getting
yeah,
it back and then losing it. Like it, I
but
think that would be a cool story because it's just like every time he gets over the hump, there's always something else that tries to bring him back down.
Or what you could have him do, because I do feel like Cody, like if Gunther does walk into Berlin as a challenger, they could have to put him against a babyface. So because
Cody, and that's
Damien,
why I'm saying you do the whole
yeah,
Cody thing, and you could do the build up like Rocky Four with the
yeah,
big bad foreigner versus the great American boxer, the great
yeah.
American nightmare, and then you have that big match, and you could build that crazy, and it's gonna become bigger. I think that match will be bigger than Cody versus Roman. I
'Cause the
really
thing is
do.
too, what they can also do is have Gunther win Money in the Bank, right?
And announce that he's
Then
gonna cash in at Berlin. I
exactly,
like that.
because the thing is, he's like he doesn't like, he likes to fight. He does he's open to that on his promos. He were like, "Yo, I'm not gonna back down from a fight. I'll just say it right now. I'm gonna announce it and cash it in at Berlin. And I'll face whoever's the champion."
I think that would
And
be
then
dope.
he walks out as champion, and it's like, "Oh shit!" Because the last time usually when they do that, they announce it, they usually lose.
Yeah.
I think the only time they didn't do it was Big E when he won it, when he announced it like the day before that he was gonna cash, or that day when he cashed it. Oh, tonight I'm gonna cash in
Yeah.
the briefcase on Raw.
Yeah, but he
Um,
announced it on Twitter, it was different. If you announce it on
yeah,
WWE TV, it doesn't work out.
usually, yeah.
But he
John Cena
announced
did it and
it.
he lost, and
Yeah.
then
RVD did it. He was I think he was one of the successful ones.
yeah, I
Yeah,
forgot about
at
that.
One
Yeah, I
Night
forgot.
Stand. Yeah, he was an
Yeah,
announcement. Not a lot of announcements have
yeah,
worked,
but like, it wasn't it
but
like not
Gunther should.
didn't he say he was going to like cash in after Cena's match, or was it a pre-announcement then had the match
Wait, for which
with
one?
Cena when RVD cashed in?
No, it was going in that he was cashing in for the title match. Like
I
even at
thought
the
he cashed
contract.
it in like I thought he was going to cash in after Cena's match. Like he was going to cash in and be aware that I'm going to cash it in after your
No,
match.
no, no. So he fought Cena at One Night
Okay.
Stand and cashed it in that night.
Okay.
Because he won at Mania. Which now that I think about it, that's crazy that he can't. RVD only had the Money in the Bank for 2 months. That's wild. Because Mania happened
Yeah.
April, June was One Night Stand. That's nuts to me. That makes sense though. Why you don't see a lot of pictures and stuff of him with the briefcase.
I think when he
Um,
first won it, they had like a photo shoot of it,
Yeah,
and that's
and
probably it.
that's the only photos you got of him with
Yeah.
it. That and when
Yeah.
he showed up on
Yeah.
TV. But yeah, he
Yeah.
announced like, yo, and that's what was like the big selling point of
Yeah.
the brand, like the pay-per-view, because it was like ECW might get TV, RVD's
Yeah.
cashing in for the title. Is the title going to ECW TV? And then,
Exactly.
what
Exactly.
happened
So yeah.
happened. And yeah.
Yeah.
But so that was a cool catch. So I think Gunther, I think that would be cool if he's
But the
like,
thing is, too, you got to think about it. Like, people probably listening to that part that we just talked about, and like, how is that going to make sense? If let's say if Cody beats Roman, he wins. Like hypothetically, Cody beats Roman, he has the Universal Championship. That's on SmackDown. Gunther's on Raw. There's a draft happening too. Both could be on the same brand on SmackDown.
and also Money in the Bank doesn't matter what brand you're on.
Exactly. So
He
you
could
can go
just
to either
hop
show.
over. Yeah, he
Yeah.
could just hop over and say what's up. And I think if he wins the Money in the Bank, I think you shouldn't even let him carry it around. He
You have
says the night after he comes out with the briefcase and he says, "I'm cashing in the Money in the Bank. Whatever date the Berlin show is in Berlin, I will not be carrying around the Money in the Bank. Whoever's champion that night, I'm fighting him in the main
no,
event."
like I think this should. I don't know about that part. That part, I'll probably like have him keep it and wait till it gets closer to date to be like, you know what? Like he's gonna say like, oh, I'm not gonna surprise cash in. I'm gonna let you know when I'm gonna cash
Yeah.
in, but I don't know yet. And then
I
when it
just
gets closer to
yeah.
Berlin, that's when he does it.
That makes sense. I just think that like with some guy of his presence, right? To see him walking
Yeah,
around with a briefcase is like, I think it would be cool if he was just like, I don't care. Like it could be 3 months away. I'm going into that main event and I'm cashing in.
yeah.
Whoever's the champion, come meet me in Berlin. I
His
think that would be cool.
confidence.
But that's what I'm saying. It will just be like, oh shit. Like, and then you
Yeah,
got something to look forward to. Cause now you're like, I whoever wins at this pay-per-view, cool. But then they gotta fight Gunther next. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
oh, you're
yeah,
building
yeah.
up for the SummerSlam match, and then
Exactly.
just Gunther's just in the background, like,
Chilling or
yeah, like,
ringside, like, when
yeah,
we got
like
to
he
challenge
just
me next
shows
month.
up, like when they're doing promos backstage, he just shows up
Yeah,
and it's like, hey, what's up, man? Like, don't forget.
exactly. Yeah,
And
next
then the
month.
whole thing with SummerSlam is like, all right, whoever wins, cool, but you still gotta fight Gunther. Like, I think
Yeah.
that's a cool way to do it because
Yeah.
then it's like fuck, like, and you can
Yeah.
build it up like a mania. That's like,
Yeah.
oh shit, like this is gonna be an important ass show.
Exactly. Exactly.
Give it to Gunther, man.
I
Let's
would say,
do this.
yeah, that'd be
Let's
cool.
do
That'd be
this.
cool. Um, so yeah, Royal Rumble, which is a great pay per view overall. People
Yep.
were shitting on it, and I'm like, Andrade's back, which was cool. People were saying like, "Oh, I don't care about him." Yeah, you do.
I'm not even gonna
You care about
lie.
him.
I'll care when they tell me to care about him. When they show me they care about him, I'll care about him.
I think
Because
they
right
will.
now I'm on the Santos train. And if you try to fuck with Santos push because Andrade's back, fuck out of here. That's crazy.
They're on different
That's
brands, so you can't
crazy.
really. They're on
Yeah, and
different
that's
brands.
exactly why they did that because they're they're, they're similar. I'll say that. They're
Yeah,
similar. So you
yeah,
had to put them on separate brands. I
and
didn't even like
yeah.
that Andrade sunned him in the Royal Rumble. I was like, that's crazy.
Carlito sunned him, by the way. Not even Andrade. It was Carlito that sunned him. That threw
Oh
him
yeah,
over the top
Carlito
rope.
sunned him too.
Yeah,
Carlito's gotta get his old ass
fucking.
out of here, man. Go back to the World Wrestling Council in Puerto Rico, homie.
Yeah, help your cousins out
Yeah,
or your brother, your brother.
fucking.
But oh, so Braun Breaker. Now we know that he was supposed to be Brock's replacement. We knew that. Because
Yeah,
remember we were watching Braun Breaker and we were like, why is he getting so many eliminations?
yeah, he was walling. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know how I felt about that. Him getting that much eliminations.
Then
It
we
was
found out.
cool. I get it because he had Brock's spot. I don't know if they're gonna build on top of it. I doubt it. Um,
Because
I
Shawn
guess
Michaels
Dom
said that
got nothing to do now for a little bit.
yeah, Shawn Michaels said that Braun Breaker is most likely staying on NXT till he's done with that storyline he's in. But it would still be cool to have him called up on SmackDown, to
It
be on
would,
there.
yeah.
But that's the one thing I got tight about was the story because the whole thing with Carmelo Hayes and Braun Breaker being called up now is kind of ridiculous.
Why?
Like, because like I know we've been talking about this for so long, how like
Long, a while.
both of them should have been called up before the Rumble, like years ago.
Can
But
we
they're
talk about
both
how Carmelo should have been called up the night after the Dallas takeover?
yeah,
What's that? WrestleMania
exactly.
38? Come
38,
on.
yeah.
Keep going,
But the
my
thing
fault.
is, both of them, Braun Breaker and Carmelo Hayes, are in big storylines at NXT. Why are you
Mhm.
calling them up now? Out of all times, now you do it? Wait till it's over, then call them up. Now they're going to be working double duty. Carmella Hayes is supposedly a babyface on the main roster while slowly turning heel on NXT. That ain't going to make fucking sense. Unless they
Yeah.
somehow switch it up on the main roster out of fucking nowhere. Braun Breaker, he's teaming with Baron Corbin. I think they have a pay per view this Sunday. After Sunday, no more NXT, just straight up to the main roster.
Really?
That's how I would book him because he impressed the shit out of me and a lot of people at the Rumble.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be teaming with Corbin anymore. No disrespect to Corbin, but it's
Yo, shout out Corbin, man. Shout out
like yeah, I
Corbin.
know. I'm not trying to shit on Corbin, but it's like he can leave that now
Yeah.
and go to the
Yeah,
main
I get
roster.
that.
It's not a big deal. Like they can cut the story short a little bit. Call him up. He's ready. He's proven that he's ready. So Pat that's also something too. Pat McAfee is now full time in WWE again.
He's
That's
back,
sick.
baby. Well, until college football starts, but he's back
Yeah, he's
right
back full
now.
time.
Right now, he's back, and I'm so
And I
down
like
with that. I'm happy
me
about
too.
that.
When he
They,
said
they,
full time, I'm like full time until September or
they,
August. But
yeah, that's
yeah,
what I think for now. But
yeah,
because they even said
we
he
shall
was like,
see.
yeah, I want to enjoy this run. I was like, what does that even mean, Pat? What do you
Exactly.
mean run? Are they giving you a couple months? Did you sign a new contract? What's up?
Yeah,
But yeah, I think that's cool as hell for him to be back. I think they needed that a little spice to Raw.
yeah,
Even though this week, it just sounded like it was not gonna lie, it was a mess on commentary. They just seemed like they was chilling, and I fuck with it. But I was like, this is a,
yeah.
it was a lot because it was commercial free, and they just didn't know how to like
It's-
just kill
yeah,
time. And I
exactly.
don't
Yeah,
blame
yeah,
them
yeah,
because I wouldn't know how to either.
yeah.
But like it was just weird. Like there was a point that I think a match was happening, and McAfee just screams out, "It's 8:35," and Michael Cole says, and and then
Yeah.
just silence. And I was like, yo, what the fuck just
Yeah.
happened? I was like, what are
Yeah.
they even talking
Day
about?
35.
And he was like,
Yeah.
and
It felt a
you're
little
gonna,
awkward. I was like, yeah, but I get
yeah,
it.
like
I
you
get
gonna
it.
expand on that? What you
Yeah.
just playing
Yeah.
out the fucking
It's
time, bro?
8:30. Hey, thanks for telling us.
But
We didn't know.
that was
Uh,
funny as hell. But it'll start up again. They haven't been with each other in a while. They were together for the
exactly.
Rumble, but it was a 3-man booth, right? For
Yeah,
the
Corey
Rumble.
Graves is on there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So they gotta get back in the flow of the 2-man group. And
exactly.
then now Corey and Wade Barrett
Are now on
on
SmackDown.
SmackDown. Corey doing the play by play, which I can't wait to see how that goes. I want to see
Yeah.
who's playing the. I guess Corey's got to play the babyface
The,
role and just
I think
do the
Wade could do it.
straight.
I think Wade can do it, the babyface role. I think he's more likable than
Oh,
Corey
most
because
definitely. But I think since Corey's the play by play, I think he's gonna just stop.
unless like they do like I thought Byron should have been on commentary. Um,
Yeah, but I
unless they
get it
add
because
him to it.
Corey is really good. I get it. I just think they shouldn't put him as a play-by-play. They should really just have him and Barrett be their own personalities. You don't need a play-by-play. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I get it. It's the old school way. But if you just have two personalities talking shit while the match is happening, I think that's awesome too.
Yeah.
Especially if they click.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm
They
not
flow
mad.
personally. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
like
then
I
it'll
think
kind of
them.
get annoying to be like if they're all both of them just shitting on everybody the entire night. It'll be like, okay, one of you
No,
gotta
yeah,
chill.
but I think Corey won't play the role anymore. I think he'll be more
Yeah.
neutral.
Okay.
I
Okay, that
think
makes sense.
I that's how I think of him as a play-by-play guy. Just being more neutral and
Yeah.
taking on the play-by-play a little bit, but still having like the Corey Graves one-liners and shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Once in a
So
while, you'll
yeah,
you'll
so it's
throw in
gonna be
something.
interesting to see how that works out, especially just taking two wrestlers and putting them to, you know what I mean? Like none
Yeah.
of them
Yeah.
are trained to be a play-by-play guy. So it's like this is
That is
interesting
true.
to see.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever had. I think there's always someone that's monitoring one of them, either whether it's Kevin Patrick or was um Michael Cole or anybody else, but there was always
Yeah.
someone there with them. So it's gonna be interesting to see just them two how it goes.
I feel bad for Kevin Patrick though.
Yeah, they
Like,
did him kind of foul.
yeah.
He
Like
wasn't
I
bad.
understand. Yeah. I mean, I don't, he wasn't the best at commentary, but they didn't have to let him go.
But do
Like at
you
least
remember
put him
how long it
backstage.
you remember how long it took Michael Cole to
Yeah,
get.
I know that thing, but it's like if y'all didn't like his commentary stuff, then keep him backstage and do what they're
Yeah,
doing now. Bring Pat McAfee back or someone else. Like Vic Joseph in NXT, he's great. He's great.
yeah.
He should be called up and paired with
They need
with
him down
Corey
there
Graves.
though. They
Yeah,
need
man,
him down there. We could just
that is
leave. You know what I mean? Like,
Booker by himself. But yeah,
yeah, that's tough.
Booker T. Yeah,
I didn't want to say
yeah,
it,
that's
but
wild.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, that is true.
So they're like,
Fuck,
no, we gotta keep him down because I'm sure that was a choice. Like, hey,
probably yeah.
what if we bring him up? And they were like, no shot.
Nah, no,
No
you
shot.
can't leave Booker down there.
They don't have
Yeah.
nobody else to put down there. I mean, they could put Byron.
Exactly. Yeah,
They could
Byron.
put
But
Byron in
that
NXT.
the thing is, Byron's more of a character. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On the booth, he's like the he's how do I who's a good comparison? Like I guess like an Excalibur or Taz. You know, they're
Okay.
both like I'm not trying to compare them like commentary style,
No,
but
yeah,
they're
yeah.
characters. They have a presence there.
Yes.
Um, you have Michael Cole's great commentator, but then you have someone next to him that's a great, someone to bounce off of. That's who
Yeah.
they are. And him and Booker T, I don't know if they would have been great
Yeah.
together.
But
It would be
that's
weird.
why Michael Cole, Corey, and Byron work so well together and
Yeah.
just bounced off of each other. Like nobody even puts them up there, but they were a good commentary team.
Yeah.
Like, and also shout out when Renee was there and they
Oh
had
yeah.
her on commentary. I thought that was cool
Yeah.
as hell.
She was good. She was good.
It was
I liked
something
her there.
different. It was like
Yeah.
we finally
Like, there were
got
times
women.
there were times where like Renee was like she was still learning. She was getting used to it. You can
Yeah.
tell that she's getting used to it, but she was good. You know,
There was
she was
never
learning.
anyone in that position like her. You know what I mean? She was like
Yeah.
the first. So it
Beth
made
Phoenix was
sense
also
that she
good.
was. Yeah,
Beth
Beth
Phoenix was
was
a
good.
commentator too in NXT.
Yeah, Beth was cool.
So People forget about that. I forgot about that until just now. I was gonna say Renee was like the only female commentator, but like, wait, no,
Yeah.
Beth was too in
No.
NXT.
Yeah,
But
but on the main roster, I think it was just
yeah,
Renee,
just Renee.
right?
She was the
Yeah.
first one. She was the
She was the
first one to
first.
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll get some in the future, but I always felt bad for Renee because it was like they never showed her respect there when she was there.
Yeah.
Like every
Yeah.
show she had, they canceled it, and it was like good shows, like the Talking Smack was good, and they took it away from her. And
Yeah.
then it was like she had
She
something
was
else on
doing
YouTube and they took
pre-shows.
it away.
Yeah.
Pre-show they took her off of commentary, then they took her off of commentary. And it was like, damn, no wonder why she left. And then once she left, Talking Smack comes back. You know what I mean? It was like,
Yeah.
get the
Fuck
fuck
yeah.
out. Like, that's crazy. I always
Exactly.
felt
Those were
bad
her
for her,
shows.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's doing her thing now. But I always felt for her because it was like, damn, she was good, man. And they didn't give a fuck. They were like, just another woman that could
Yeah.
talk. That's how they looked at it.
Exactly.
But again, that
Exactly.
was also with Boss Man in charge.
Mhm. Yeah.
Shout out my
Boss
son
yeah.
Vince. Shout out my son
Oh
Vince,
god.
man. Shout out Vince, man. That's probably why she was taking off. She didn't want to say what's up. She was like, nah, homie. Nah, Vince is a wild man. But I saw somebody say, yo, what if he just shows up on Rampage? Like, yo.
I saw that too. It's like, what if he signs the AEW? It's
It's
like
like,
it's
why?
possible.
Yo, feel like stop it, stop
Don't
it.
say
That
yeah.
man gotta get out of wrestling. Let him live.
Did you see? I know the Royal Rumble was Saturday, but did you hear the stuff with Malachi Black and House of Black?
Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on it? Let me hear your thoughts first, because I
Okay,
would love to
so
hear what you have to say.
for those who didn't know, listening, like supposedly the steel cage or the cage match on Collision this past Saturday was supposed to be. It was advertised as an elimination match between
Yes.
House of Black versus FTR and Daniel Garcia. Later, like the last minute, it was changed to an escape the cage, where you had to climb out of the cage to win it.
Mhm.
Um, supposedly, what Meltzer and whatever the other guy's name is, they were talking about how supposedly like they thought that Malachi Black was the reason why it was changed. Um, they lost anyways. Cool, but like I don't know if it's like I wouldn't say it's fully Malachi's fault. Maybe it was like it's better to do it escaping the cage. I don't know because I get it. Like if I'm a superstar, maybe you don't want to get pinned to lose.
Yeah.
But like at the end of the day, I feel like I'm not going to put the full blame on the House of Black. What if it was FTR that wanted to change it because they're old school wrestlers? Why are they doing an elimination chamber in a steel cage? Like that is
Yeah.
kind of weird to think about if you think about it.
No.
Like
Yeah.
it's
Man.
not supposed to be elimination. It's pinfall or you climb over to win.
Yeah.
One or the other. No elimination. So I get it. Escaping the cage does make sense, but I'm not going to put the blame on House of Black. Why are they in fault for that? Like, what do they say? Like, oh, we don't
I.
want to get pinned by Garcia. Like, what?
That's
Oh,
what
no,
I
they
saw.
lost
I saw
anyways.
that they just didn't want. They were like they didn't want to
They
put
don't want
them
to get
over.
pinned.
I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know.
they were losing
Again, this is all
anyways.
speculation, but like
Yeah,
and also I saw reports that's like, oh, they're leaving after their contract is done. And it's like, yeah, we knew that. Like, there's been so many rumors throughout the years since they've been there that they're not happy there. And
yeah,
again, it's one of those situations that's like certain people think that it's greener, like the grass is greener on the other side, and then they find out, hey, no, I'm taking L's over here too. Like, I just
yeah,
can't, I can't win right now. Um,
exactly.
but also their significant others are
The
in the
other
other
show.
company,
Yeah,
both big names. I'm sure that has an influence the same way as Andrade just picking up and going to WWE after saying how they didn't really give him a fair shot and then going
yeah,
back there is crazy. But again, when your significant other is over there and makes life easier, you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess.
yeah.
But
And
again, with
Andrade. Yeah,
yeah,
go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
no, you good.
So, because Andrade did say like when he came back on Saturday, it was like he had to leave WWE to find himself. If that's what it took for House of Black to be like, oh, I had to leave in order to go back, and now I feel comfortable going back, then
Yeah,
cool, let it be. Andrade did it. You know, he was open about it. He said it, but not everyone's gonna be like that. You're gonna have the
Yeah,
people like Moxley who stayed in AEW, who's a loyal to AEW.
there,
Danielson too.
yeah. There's guys
So
that go out and say, "Hey, the grass is greener."
yeah,
Look at Christian Cage. I'll always use this as an example. Christian Cage in TNA came
yeah,
in, did his thing, built up his name. WWE offered, he left.
yeah,
Certain guys I guess are in different situations, like a Kurt Angle stood, but again, he was also on drugs and stuff, so he couldn't go back.
yeah,
But guys like I'm sure Samoa Joe has gotten approached in the past, you know what I mean, and decided, no, I'm gonna stay here and build this out. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Um,
Then the second time happened, and it was like,
exactly. And then was like, nah, I'm gonna go now.
yeah,
But there's some guys that just leave and look at Matt Cardona. There's
never
I've
came back.
never seen
Yeah,
this guy on an interview say, "Oh yeah, I'm trying to make my way back."
I mean, he
Like
said
he
he wouldn't. He said he wouldn't mind going back, but doesn't say he's
but
going back anytime
that's a
soon.
difference though, because if
Yeah,
you could see other interviewers and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, like hopefully one day I get back there." He don't give a fuck. He'll be like, "Yeah, I'll
yeah,
be
yeah,
open to it if they make the call, if the money's right, if I'm not Zack Ryder no
yeah,
more." You know what I mean? He built himself up that now he's got leverage. Well, like you
yeah.
want me to pull up, like, all right, cool, but I'm not gonna be Zack Ryder. I'm not gonna be woo woo wooing everywhere.
Exactly. Yeah, he has his own thing. Do
Yeah,
whatever he
so there's
wants.
some guys that go out and find success, and then there's some guys that go out and then it's the same thing, and it's like, let me just go back. Okay.
But you can't, for example, like I agree with what Andrade said. It was like he's a little bit more star power than what he was before.
Oh, most
Was he
definitely.
was he
Most
on the right
definitely.
path? Like, was he on the right path of what he wanted to do? Maybe not, but he did get his name up there and did grow a little bit and be like,
Li-
hey, I think I'm a bigger star. He went
Yeah,
from a mid Carter to potentially going for a world title. That's the thing.
yeah.
Like, look at what happened with Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes. Look how they grew their stock. It's
I
like
think but Andrade,
they
I
had
think
to
is a
leave to come
different. I
back.
think Andrade is a different story though, because Andrade was picking up steam in AEW. A lot of people like to
Yeah,
say that he wasn't doing shit. He was doing shit. Like, and towards the end, he was a threat to win the tournament. Like, he was doing big things, and he had big
yeah,
storyline going into his final pay per view. Like, they were. It wasn't like, oh, they like people were like, oh, they weren't doing nothing with him. Nah, it was just
yeah.
he
But
he
that grew
he
his
he
stock, though. That's what I'm
rather
saying.
be yeah. It wasn't what he wanted. Like,
Yeah,
and or he got a better offer. There could also be that. You know what I mean?
and his
Like,
wife is over there, so maybe
exactly. You gotta look at the playing field and be like, all right, what makes sense?
and
Um,
that's why I said I agree with what you said. He had to lead to find himself, and he
yeah,
found himself, and he's back in a better position.
exactly.
Hopefully, he'll get better. You know
Hopefully,
what I mean?
yeah, hopefully they
Yeah,
they do it right.
because he's in that spot to where he's in a better position, but it's now their turn, WWE's turn to be like, okay, now we know how to
Exactly.
book you.
Because look
So it
at all
goes
the
both ways.
people. Because look at the people that got re-signed. Remember them?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
But
the
that's different
also
though. They didn't have time to really build themselves like Andrade did. They got re-signed like immediately once Triple H got back.
no,
Like
yeah, but I'm
here,
saying like they re-signed them and had no
that yeah,
business for them. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Hopefully, with Andrade, they're re-signing him because they have something
exactly,
planned.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
not just to get a big name or just to please Charlotte. Hopefully, it's actually something going on. Because
exactly,
I don't think Andrade was I don't think he was unhappy. I just think it wasn't for him. I think
exactly, yeah,
he came from Mexico, went straight to WWE and was in that life. And then when he left, what are you doing? You're wrestling you're traveling once or twice a week, and you got indie dates. You're not doing what
yeah,
you were doing all the time, traveling and working every weekend. He was probably used to that. There's a lot
yeah,
of things that we don't think of as fans, but anything could have played a factor. Could but I do because I saw a lot of people saying, "Oh, he was probably unhappy." We don't know that. Maybe it was just a better offer. Like, yeah, bud,
yeah,
we'll pay you this, and you only got to
yeah,
work this, or we don't know.
yeah.
Oh,
So I'm glad that Andrade's back. I'm happy for
yeah,
him. It's just like I said, I think that now that is in a better position, his stock wise, it now goes both ways with WWE to be like, we know what you're worth now. You went out there, you proved yourself. He took the Drew
mhm,
McIntyre and Cody Rhodes route. Is he as big as a star as them two? Maybe not, but he did grow stock. Now it's our turn to book you right this time here to hopefully put you in a better run, and that way you don't leave again. And I
Yeah.
think they could. There's so much you could do
Oh,
with
they could.
Andrade, so much.
They
Whether
they
it's
should have never
and
let him walk. There was so much they could have
yeah,
done.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
it's
now
just
now that he did take time off away
yeah,
from WWE, they could do even more. They branched
definitely.
out, and I like that they did that for. But they, I like that he did that for himself.
Yeah,
And now that he's back, and it's like he could be in the mid card position and make the mid card like Gunther. Gunther is a world championship material star, but he's the IT champion. He can
yes,
be in the world title scene. He could be either one. I feel like before he was just a mid carder, and that's it. But either way, I'm happy for Andrade. Glad he's back. Hopefully, he can do
facts.
something big there.
Hopefully, man. Hopefully, they show him some love because
Yeah,
it'll really suck for him to get re-signed and then it's just getting lost in the shuffle. I really
I
hope
don't
that
think he
doesn't
will.
happen. I
I
hope
don't think he
not.
will.
I say that about a lot of people. I don't think they will, and then they do. So I
Yeah,
won't even say that about him because I feel maybe I jinx people.
yeah, yeah. Question for you
Nah,
now.
Andrade
Going
though.
off top. Yeah, shout out to Andrade. Off topic, but last night on AEW, we
Yes, sir.
saw um a new partnership happening now. AEW and CMLL
Yeah,
now doing a partnership. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that's cool. I'm always down with international wrestling getting some love. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
like that a lot of the wrestling companies are teaming with international companies, even like WWE. So that's is really cool to see. I know a lot of people are probably like they could care less. I think it's really dope because it gives exposure to each company.
yeah,
Because I'm sure I don't know half the guys on CMLL, and I'm sure well they probably know more of the AEW guys, but also it attracts the CMLL fans to watch AEW again, even if there's 100 people that didn't watch AEW before, but watching now, that's a win for them. You know what I mean? Anything, getting anybody to watch it from a like getting new eyes on it is gonna be a win. So I think that's
yeah.
really dope that they're doing that, kind of like the TNA and the AAA thing. So I think
That's what I
that's
was
gonna
gonna bring
be
up.
dope. Yeah, what you thought?
Because I was gonna say, like, I think AEW and CMLL partnering up makes sense. Because I don't know how long CMLL has been around. I've heard it's been around for a while, but
Yeah,
it gets new fans to, especially someone like myself who doesn't know much about it, to get their eyes on the product.
yes,
And especially it makes sense now that TNA is now partnering with AAA. I know AAA and AEW had their partnership in the past. Um, I don't know that that worked out, but glad that TNA is doing something with with AAA, and AEW is doing something with different companies other than New Japan now, and it's like it's gonna definitely get more eyes on CMLL and hopefully vice versa. If not a lot of people in Mexico know much about AEW, but it's interesting because I've looked those guys up that were shown and advertised.
yeah,
They look pretty dope, especially for their ages. They're pretty dope in the ring, and I think it's a
yeah,
great partnership.
yeah.
They're great partnership. It's a big W for Tony Khan. It may not seem like that for a lot of people, but it is definitely a big W.
No, definitely, and even like with the AAA stuff. I don't think they lost the partnership. I think it's just every year they've been working with someone different. You know what I mean? Because even back during COVID it was AAA and TNA, like Impact. You know what I mean? And then
Yeah,
AAA made the move when Kenny won the belt. They partnered up with AEW. So it's cool that it's like no, it doesn't seem like there's no
I think it's just like
beef between
slowly.
companies. It's just
Yeah,
uh, showing love to everyone. I
yeah,
think that's
because
awesome.
I know they use Vikingo on Dynamite and here and
Yeah,
there.
so because so that's weird to me. So I
That
think he
does,
signed to
yeah,
Ring of Honor. I think he signed to Ring of Honor. But then I also think he signed to TNA. But I think he's only on TNA because of the partnership with AAA.
that's why he did it. Yeah,
But he
yeah,
signed to Ring of Honor, right? Am I
yeah.
am
That's
I
what I was
correct?
gonna.
Okay.
I think so because I know there was like talks like he's not really signed to AAA anymore. He's just their champion. Um, but
What?
I think so. I
That's
think so. That's what
crazy.
I maybe
How
I
did they
read it
take the
wrong.
belt off of him? That's wild.
Like I think he's just competing for them right now. I don't know
Okay.
because I remember reading reports that like something about his contract with them. That's why he's been competing in the states so often. Um,
Okay.
I don't know why. Like there's something regarding that. But again, there's a partnership now with AAA and TNA. I hope he signs with TNA. That's my ideal landing spot for him.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll somehow take it off of him, but that's what I remember seeing. Let me look it up because now it's gonna bother me now
Yeah,
because I
because
don't
I
want to
was
get the
like,
information wrong.
because I always thought he was signed to. I thought he always signed to ROH.
Okay.
But then I saw him on TNA, and I was like, oh, they're advertising him too. And then I was like, wait, hold up. Maybe because of the partnership between AAA. But if you tell me he's not even signed with AAA,
No, I'm wrong. I'm wrong.
he's still signed
It's
to
the
them.
other way. Yeah, he got a contract extension from AAA.
Ah, okay,
So
okay,
it's the other thing. But I think I'm assuming there was a point where he wasn't signed. I think that's what I read. Maybe
okay.
wrong on that
So
too.
maybe that's when he signed with ROH, and then they were like,
Yeah,
hold up, let's make a deal
because
and let's work together.
this was from January 19th of this year. It says Vikingo is reportedly set to stay with AAA. Vikingo has become a breakout star in recent years. He's wrestled for multiple occasions on AEW Ring of Honor. Despite some speculation that he could sign with AEW, so he probably was a free agent at some point.
Okay,
It says a new report states that he will stay with AAA. Dave Meltzer reports that El Hijo de Vikingo has extended his contract with AAA. The expectation is that he will work less AAA dates. However, both for personal and professional reasons, he wanted to stay with the company while continuing to work for AEW and other promotions. Uh, yeah, and then he competed at TNA Hard to Kill, and yeah, that's it. So yeah, he probably wasn't
that's
planning on
crazy. So
going.
he's
Yeah,
just working everywhere.
yeah. So
That's
that's why
wild.
I'm probably thinking like he probably wasn't planning on going back to AAA, but then maybe like, hey, they probably offering me a lot of money. Let me
Yeah.
resign there, but also they probably allow him to work in the states.
Yeah, and
So
that's why
that's
I'm saying
cool.
that there's probably no beef between the companies, and that's why he's able to
Yeah,
do what he's doing. So maybe they still have the handshake on using Vikingo, but they also use him in TNA. But Tony Khan
yeah,
has a handshake with AAA, maybe. You know what I mean? Like maybe
yeah.
that's the situation.
I see him definitely competing more in TNA just because
Yeah,
of the partnership.
yeah,
Um,
definitely.
we may see him here and there on AEW, but
Yeah, he was
I
more
think
on Ring
TNA
of
more
Honor
so.
anyway. They were
Exactly.
using
Yeah,
him.
he was exactly. But I'd rather be in TNA than Ring of Honor. You're
Yeah,
on
facts.
television.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, they gotta just
so
get rid of Rampage and just put Ring of Honor there already.
I know,
They gotta
right?
stop fucking playing. Yeah, cause come on,
Yeah,
what we I get it, online, cool, try to build it up. Nah, you gotta put it
yeah,
on TV, man, and actually like speak about it on TV and what's going on and what matches are
yeah,
happening, and not just have your champion show up and me not know what storylines they're in. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like they show up and they're in a whole nother storyline on Ring of Honor, but I don't know about it. So if something happens on Dynamite, I'm gonna be confused.
yeah, yeah.
So come on,
Exactly.
just put them on Rampage. Let them take the Rampage slot, and then you have Collision and Dynamite. That's it.
Yeah,
That's all you need to do.
yeah.
Get Ring of Honor on TV already. And TNA, let's pick up a bigger deal because my TV provider fucking dropped your channel. So
Really.
let's get a bigger station to pick up TNA.
Yeah. I still
I
have it, so
do.
thankfully I can catch up.
Thank goodness. Yeah, I went
Uh,
the day that the new episode, like they had started the live, well, not live
yeah,
episodes,
first
but like the
TNA.
new, yeah, like the new
Yeah.
episodes. I went to go to the channel and just said not available. And I was like I went to the guide and it
Yeah.
was just not available, just all across the
Wow.
screen. I was like, no shot, we lost this. And then I looked it up and I was like, yeah, right before Christmas they took it off. I was like,
Damn.
of course. So
Uh,
let's try and get a bigger deal. I think they will, but
they
like
could.
within the
They could.
year, I think they'll get a TV
Of
deal.
course. Of course. I
I
think
really think they do, especially with their stations looking for wrestling.
yeah. And TNA could be it.
There's their stations looking for wrestling.
Yeah.
And listen, guys, don't think it's crazy if TNA shows up on USA. Just
Oh.
that's all I'm saying.
Yeah. That could be a
That's all
possibility.
I'm saying because even though they still have SmackDown, they want more
There's
wrestling. They know they
yeah,
get
exactly.
ratings. And with
Yeah.
Jordan Gray showing up at WWE, I
Ooh.
wouldn't be surprised with WWE being okay with USA giving them a time slot.
Yeah. That is true. I
I
mean,
think they'll like
I
I don't think like if Tony Khan came to USA, WWE would snipe it real quick, right?
maybe
I think
they're
TNA they
maybe
might let live and be like, okay, give them a time slot. Like they know they're not competition. We know they're not competition. You know what I mean?
maybe the USA Network is like waiting for to see how these other companies are doing. To be like, I want to see how the ratings do for TNA. To be like, okay, this is if they're getting up there, let's try to buy them or have them on our our channel.
Yeah.
Maybe that'd be better for them.
And also, like,
Um,
there's other channels like Fox is losing wrestling now.
yeah,
Do they want wrestling back? You know what I mean? You never
yeah,
know. You never know, man. They could show up anywhere, and I think that's exciting
it
because it
is.
shows that if big companies are looking into wrestling companies, that means wrestling's hot. Right? Like they're doing something right now. It'll never like I don't think it will ever reach the heights that was at before,
Oh
just
no,
because the way the
no,
world is now, it's not it's just different. But I think it's as big as it's been in years. You
yeah,
know what I mean? I
definitely has.
think it has the most people watching, even though they're not breaking records on TV. You're getting a few thousand for each show. You know what I mean? For different companies, so it's like people are watching, man.
Yeah, exactly. And there's no USA thing that's happening on Thursdays that I know of, but
That's what I'm
throwing it, man.
saying,
Yeah,
man. That's what I'm saying.
it'll be a
And like,
big deal.
and I
Maybe
think
maybe shit would be different for TNA.
And I think Triple H would be like, "Yeah, give them the slot. Why not?"
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I don't care. We have Netflix.
I don't think I don't think Triple H and TKO are gonna be as cutthroat as Vince was.
Yeah,
I think TKO, even they know are like, this company's never touching us. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Kind of like with TNA and AEW. These companies are never touching us.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
why even bother? So I think, but with AEW taking shots, they would never. TNA, they would though. I think they would be like,
Because
okay,
they're more like I said, they're more open to talking about WWE and without shitting on them. They'd be like they
well,
let Jordan
they'll,
Grace appear on television. Why would they
yeah,
do that? They hate the company. So
exactly.
it's not like they're going to go head to head. They're probably a cool partnership. So
Yeah.
let them do it. Let them
Yeah,
do
I
it.
think that would be dope. I'm telling you, man, don't be surprised. TNA on
Yeah,
USA. Don't be surprised. I think that would be actually dope.
that would.
I think
That
that'd
would.
be cool. So hopefully, you never know, man, but hopefully they get a TV deal. I think that would be really good for them. Very big for them. That would be a big accomplishment. But also they need that it'll get more eyes on them
Yeah,
if they
it
get a
would.
bigger spot. Yeah. So hopefully, man, because I want to see
Mm,
them succeed.
me too.
I
Me
don't want
too.
them to turn into because that was that dark period of impact that was just like
He had like no audience whatsoever. Now they are. So
man, even before that, when oh man, I think so. I always count the downfall of Impact when AJ left.
oh
AJ
yeah,
left, and Nick Aldis was the champion, and shit just hit the fan. And it was just like, ugh, what are we doing? Then it got woken up a little bit, no pun intended, when the Broken Hardy started doing
yeah,
their stuff. But
yeah,
again,
yeah,
it was like a one match show because it was like we want to see what the Hardys are doing, and that's it. Like I couldn't tell you who was champion at the time when the Hardys were doing all that stuff. I think
yeah.
Matt had the champion but lost it. I couldn't tell you who was the world
And then maybe
champion.
Jeff got it back. I think if I remember, that
Man,
was the time when Jeff was champion.
I couldn't even tell you, bro. But that was when it
Yeah,
was popping again. But again, it was
yeah, yeah.
just them. It was just we want to see
Them
the
too.
broken Hardys, nothing else. And then it never really got to that state again till maybe last year that started building a momentum. I was like, all right, Impact's doing their thing. And then they killed it last year, start bringing in more indie guys, signing more
Yeah,
indie guys, and now they're changing to TNA. They're building up. They're doing bigger arenas, not WWE arenas,
yeah.
but
But
bigger
there's
than what they were doing. You know what I mean? So
progress.
that's a sign. Yeah, they're doing pay per views are fire. All the shows look amazing. So
They got a bit more
it
talent now that
it
are
takes
coming in.
time. Yeah, it shows
Yeah,
that building slowly it works. Like
yeah.
they weren't
They
rushing.
got it.
Yeah,
Exactly. They take their time with it. They're slowly building up. They had a great
exactly.
month in January. Let's hope they continue
Yeah,
that.
they already kicked off the year great. Hopefully,
Yeah,
like you said, it keeps going. I think that'd be
still
awesome.
on fire. Keep it on fire. That's all they got to do.
Exactly.
What else happened?
Just another wrestling company to watch, man.
Exactly. More if you don't
Amazing.
want to watch Ring of Honor on Thursday nights, you got TNA.
Yeah.
So, what else happened this week in wrestling? I
Let me
feel like it
think.
was
Let me
mainly
think. Let me
Rumble.
think. Yeah, mainly Rumble. What else happened? Damn, I don't even know. Because
I think
everything
that
that was
was
like speculated and stuff already are out the window because of all the injuries and shit.
yeah.
Um,
That sucks.
because we would have been talking about Rollins and Punk today.
Yeah, we would have been
That's
talking
not
about
happening. We would
um
have been talking about Brock coming back, but that didn't
yeah
happen. Um,
um AEW was last night. Maybe
RVD,
RVD. Yeah,
RVD,
I
the
mean
most random pick ever.
they kind of spoiled it though. Someone said it before Dynamite even happened. I saw it and I'm like, no way. Then Hangman Adam Page said the whole effing show. I'm like, you could have just not said
So
that either.
no,
Like
so I don't even know how people knew because a few days ago
he
they had just
because the reason why I
yeah.
knew because he emphasized it. He's like the whole effing show. He made it obvious. Like
But when
no,
did he
it's
say
not
that?
RVD. Like he said it when he got the promo in the beginning of the show. He said the whole effing show is a
Yesterday?
line. Yeah, yesterday.
Oh, okay. No, but I'm saying like before
I'm like,
that, like
I
during the
mean, like don't
weekend,
yeah.
somebody put up a post. I think AEW put up a post with Swerve and the blank person next to him, and people were guessing. And like there was a couple people saying RVD, and like I was like, how you know? Like who gave it up and who didn't tell me? Like I was hyped when RVD came out,
But
but
I
like it
saw it
was
on social
random.
media beforehand. I think someone like a reporter spoiled it. And I'm
Oh, okay,
like,
okay.
and
I've been
then
doing good. I've been keeping off the
I don't know
spoilers.
if it was a reporter. I think somebody I saw it. I was like, rumor has it RVD is the opponent. And once I
That's
heard
so
Hangman say it, and I'm
random.
like great, you could have just not said that line. I mean,
Did he
that
give
ruined
a
the
reason though?
Hangman.
I didn't peep if he gave a reason why RVD, right?
No,
They
I
just
don't think he
picked
just
him.
said.
Okay, cool.
But because then he also
Because I was
said,
like, did I miss
um,
something?
he also said it before the match. It was like, oh, you said we could pick the opponents. We could also pick the match stipulation. He changed it to a hardcore match. I think that's why, because ECW,
Yeah.
hardcore. Maybe that's why he chose him, but nothing
Still mad
personally.
random, but I loved it.
Um,
It was dope.
yeah, it was
That
cool.
was
It was
cool.
cool, but I'm just tight that he had to fucking say that shit in the beginning of the show. I'm like,
Yeah.
could have said anything else. Why did you say that shit? It would have been such a cool
Um,
reaction for me to see RVD come out
nah,
randomly.
yeah, definitely. I feel you
But
on that. Shout
I don't know.
out, shout out Jeff Hardy. Looks like he's turning heel.
Yeah,
I
slowly
think
turning heel.
I think that's gonna be cool what they do with that. Um,
Yeah,
Fucking man, give the Hardys one more run, man. Why not? Right
yeah,
before they retire, give them belts for
do it.
like 2 weeks. Let them, you know what I mean? Like you don't gotta give it to them long. Just let them get one little short run with it, lose
Yeah,
it, and then you're good. Like, but I
yeah.
like that Jeff's been having. He's been having actually good ass matches lately. Good ass singles
Yes.
matches. I give it to him. Because he gets such a bad rap now. Um,
Yeah.
but again, a dude that abused his body inside and outside the ring. Um, yeah, we can't like we appreciate what he could do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm happy that
Exactly.
he's been having good matches though. But again, you're also putting him with trustworthy people. So
Yeah. Not like you're throwing them against like
a
a
random.
random person.
That's
Yeah.
so I think they're doing good with that. But yeah, why not do one more run? I'm down with that. Even if it's like the
Yeah.
ROH titles, let them do like a
Exactly.
little
Yeah.
something. Yeah,
Yeah.
and let them do the broken thing again. I think that I kind of feel like
That'd be
that's where it's
insane.
leading. I
Maybe.
kind of feel
Maybe.
that's where it's leading. Like
I mean, it's
he
gonna be like I feel like if they go back, I feel like if the Hardys do end up going back as heels as the broken gimmicks, I don't think it'll be. Yeah, would people expect it? Yeah, probably. But I feel like if they randomly do that, it'll kind of be kind of a surprise in a way
exactly, yeah,
because yeah, although Matt Hardy still does the delete stuff, I think it'll be the type of moment to be like, we have to see it to actually believe it.
mhm,
Once we see, Matt Hardy with the crazy hair, the suit, and then Jeff Hardy's brother Nero, that's gonna
exactly.
be get people hyped. Like, oh shit, they actually brought them back. Even though we saw broken Matt Hardy in WWE, um, they didn't book it right over there.
Yeah, it was
Um,
tough, and it could have went so right, especially when they teamed him up with Bray. It was like, yo, this might actually
but they
be
made it
something,
babyface
and
because
they,
people loved it.
yeah,
I don't fully blame WWE for that because people loved it, and then I feel like they were kind of forced to make them babyface.
yeah,
They were kind of put into a corner. I'm like,
because
If they were a
they messed
heel, it
up.
would have been so much different.
Definitely, yeah. I think they messed up making them baby faces because they should have just left them as tweeners. I think they saw the reaction they were getting and wanted to just capitalize on it just because of
It was
money. Because remember how much merch came out for Bray and Matt?
yeah,
So much merch. I think it was really just a money grab, and they knew it was gonna be easy. But I think it's in the long run, it's kind of fucked up because they could have really been something
yeah.
together if they would have stayed tweeners. I think it would have worked out well, way better than it was with as a babyface.
And the whole moment Bray returned at 38, WrestleMania 38, people loved it, and I was like, cool. It was an awesome moment. I loved it too, but it was like that was the moment where I was like, okay, this change it back. But I don't know.
Yeah.
As long as I see a heel broken Hardys now,
Nah,
I
yeah,
wouldn't mind it.
I think it would be cool. I think it would be cool, and I don't even know if we're gonna get Brother Nero. I don't
Maybe,
know. I think we
maybe.
might get Willow. I think he wants to do Willow before he retires. I
Yes.
think we
That
might
yeah,
get
I forgot about
I
that.
think we'll get Broken Matt and Willow.
But yeah,
Which
but Willow was a star of Broken Matt Hardy. So I was like,
yeah,
it would make sense if they did Brother Nero if they're gonna do Broken Matt Hardy, unless they
true.
split them up and have them go one
Nah,
on
yeah.
one.
Nah, no shot. I mean, you could do that, but nah, I don't think they'll do that. I think keep them
Brother
as a
Nero would
tag
be
team,
better.
let them do their thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
I
that
mean,
would make
I'm
sense.
excited for that because it looks like it's slowly doing something, and I like that. I like the ones that are slow because it's like, all
Yeah.
right, we're building up. We saw, and what's cool about it too is like they're older dudes, but it's cool that they're using social media for the storyline. Like it was
Yeah.
cool
I
that
love that about Matt Hardy. Yeah.
Jeff Hardy was complaining on Instagram about being stuck in Rampage Purgatory. Like I think that
I,
was
lo- I
awesome.
I love watching Matt Hardy stuff on Instagram and social media. He knows how to
Oh
use
yeah,
it. He knows how to use it
definitely.
well.
Yeah,
For someone his age, it's like I don't want to age shame on social media, but like
bro,
he knows how to
bro.
use it well for his age.
Think
And
about
it's
it.
like
His gimmick version 1.
version, yeah, that's
Come on, that
perfect for social. Yeah,
with the typing and stuff and the loading.
the old
th-
SmackDown stuff.
Yeah,
It's
no
like
one was really thinking about like online shit like that, and he was having
yeah,
like fun facts on the side. Like that was like
yeah,
the start of it. So once he got on social media and he became entertaining, it was like, yeah, this makes sense. Like
yeah,
he's always been like
yeah,
ahead of the curve with that. Like
yeah,
so that's dope as hell. But yeah, I'm happy that they're actually doing something with them. I think that's
yeah. Me
awesome.
too. Me too. Yeah.
What else
Um,
happened? Is there anything else that happened?
and we already talked about the CMLL stuff.
Yeah. Shout out Jericho. He had his cruise. It looked like a dope time. Swerve performed and shit. It looked like they had a
I
good
didn't see
time.
anything from it to
That
be
looks
honest, so I
fire.
wouldn't know.
Yeah,
I
but that was
you
dope.
wouldn't you would never catch me on a cruise ever again. I not don't do well with cruises.
Never
Um,
again. So that means you have a story. Ooh, that's for another
yeah, I
podcast. No.
get I get yeah yeah. I'm a short. Long story short, I have seasickness, so it's like
Okay. You gotta get the
doesn't yeah
bracelet, man.
the bracelet. You, I'll talk about that
There's a bracelet
later.
that makes you not seasick.
I never knew that existed. What the
You
fuck?
see, I got you. I
Yeah,
got you. We
maybe
out to
you
the
changed my
next
answer for
one.
that one. But yeah, you know, Deonna Purrazzo won her match. Stash
Yeah.
still feuding. Seems like we're getting Swerve and Hangman again next week.
Yep.
We gotta wait to see what that happens first before I want to talk further. Um, yeah, what else happened? That was big yesterday on Dynamite. There's a big announcement for Tony Khan, but I'm
Yeah.
not gonna get my hopes up for that
I don't even know
because
what that is. I think it's gonna just be that they're gonna be available. Well, I keep saying this every time. I think it's just gonna be the app shit
but
that they're gonna be available on Macs.
oh yeah, yeah,
I think that's what it's gonna be. That like the backlog. That's just my
maybe
guess. I don't know how true
we
that
shall
is.
see.
I'm just talking shit though.
Yeah,
My
I
sources
mean,
say.
yeah, my sources are just one person to me. But yeah, I mean, there's nothing else I could think of that was big on Dynamite last
Now,
night.
yeah, we kind of. I feel like we covered everything.
Yeah, I guess we could just wrap it up there then, if there's
Yes,
nothing else.
sir. All right, cool.
So yeah, again, thank you all for listening. Go subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on all social media platforms.
Yep,
Once
yep.
again, this has been episode 149 of the Ring Fanatics podcast. I'm Nick with Joel, and we will see you guys next time.
Catch you.